Howdy everybody, yet again, 3 videos today. You getting those modes. Anyways, let's talk about this dude I've never heard of. His name's Steven Schonenberg. He's 60 or 61. Sorry, Schoenfield, um, who's living in New York and Palm Beach. Quite the interesting story that he is. Uh, that's his wife. He's got a couple of kids, and one would think he's doing all right. He's worth, you won't see him at galas, Wall Street. Um, he's a homebody. That's what he says. He likes his hoodie lifestyle. Just going through the highlights here. 20% over the past 6 years, S&P index. Puts him in the upper echelon of hedge funds. He said, this is an interesting quote, any amateur can make money who talks in fast bursts. Those are the frat boys you see on YouTube ads or Facebook ads with their Lamborghinis. But how you make it and how consistent it's going to be is what matters. I agree with that. So he's worth 1.3 billion. Builds his own golf course at $20 million. He's got an old Westbury estate. Now he's got this mega mansion in Florida, Palm Beach, Atlantic Ocean, intercoastal waterway on the other. So can you imagine, here's his house and these little puny little townhomes next to him. What they must be thinking. And they got the beachfront, all of them. And this is what he gets. This is what Quant life gets you. Blah, blah, blah. And he's part of, or very close to Mar-a-Lago. He lives in the same area as Ken Griffin, Paul Tudor Jones, Sweep Schwartzman. He's doing all right. 84,626 square foot home, 10 bedroom, 3 kids. And he says he's got a gift for numbers from stats. And apparently he got into Quant by accident. 40 years ago. Here's an article, billionaire shown how lures hedge fund talent growth to grow wealth. So he's like another equivalent of Renaissance Technologies. Grew up in New York, sounds like typical home upbringing. 80 trading teams, 10-minute readings. He started out 440,000 in 1988. Now it's short-term trading business with more than 1,000 employees. Use a strategy to take advantage of volatility with bets and lasts a few hours to a few days. $200 million in 2000, the peak of the dot-com bubble. 2001 produced the first 2 years. So here's his mistake. Pivoted into quant trading as it was taken off in 2006. Faster computer-driven strategies in the way of his traders figured out the best ways who would succeed in the long run. Morphed into a quant shop. It costs a certain amount of money. Multiple ways to do things. We have more flexible in how we ingest, clean, and store data to create an environment that our quant teams can successfully gather data from. Doesn't it sound like the same thing as Rentec and Jim Simons? So I like these stories. Made another $200 million off of volatility in 2008. Recruit quants, luring them with capital to start a firm, a data platform to tap into, and the right to keep their intellectual property. Interesting. The right to keep their intellectual property. Whether you did it on my dime doesn't matter. You are the brilliant one creating all this. You should own it. Interesting concept. I thought that's how you definitely get top talent. Quant joined as one of its first quant teams. Extended its agreement to Schoenfield Capital through 2027. Wow. Underscoring his ability to retain top talent. Rentec's the same way, but they're the opposite. Here, production from regulators who fined for trading violations for a decade later for making round trips to hide capital shortfalls. Ooh. almost all of 22 teams, 22 quant teams. Wow. External firms and hold their own registration with regulators, which means they're responsible for their own violations. Most of the fundamental equity teams are internal and come under Sean Field's beefed up compliance regime. Interesting. Quant are the backbone of the global business, deploying 33 billion long-term, short-term capital leverage. Of course, we know about leverage. Converted to a hedge fund from a family office. Raised 3 billion in outside capital, including round this year, as the industry grapples with outflows. So this is what I want to show you here. And this is in the last 5 years. So he's worth 2014 5.3 billion. And check out this. 2016 he's now almost tripled his asset under management. And look at this. This is incredible numbers. From 2014 to 2019, he's increased roughly six times in 5 years. That is absolutely incredible. Note year-end gross market exposure, value, long short plus leverage data for blah blah blah. Unreal. Schoenfield credits his return to good old value, patient and mentor his staff. Won more money during a 2-year stretch than 4 better players. I don't second guess. They can make the worst play, and I say I have done the same thing because of that. So there you go. If you want to rapidly grow, hire the best talent, and they can retain their own intellectual property. This is one awesome story. Hope you liked it, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.